Have you ever wondered why some people absolutely love the job that they do, while others, maybe even though they're making a lot of money, absolutely hate it? Well, in this video, I'm gonna explain why that is and help you figure out what career path is gonna make you the most money while giving you the most fulfillment. If you're new to my channel, my name's Ryan Pineda. I'm a real estate investor and entrepreneur. I flipped over 500 homes. I own over 500 rentals, and I've got 6 businesses right now that are doing over 7 figures a year. So I've started a lot of different businesses and I've coached a lot of people, and this is a concept that I always make students go through because it's so important. If you get this wrong from the beginning, at some point down the road as you build your business and your career, you're gonna realize, like, why am I even doing this? There's no point, or I hate this. So with that being said, let's jump into the exercise. It actually comes from a book called Good to Great. And this is by Jim Collins. It's one of my favorite books of all time, where he talks about how businesses in America went from good to great, why some of them last way longer than others. And it's because they have this framework that I'm about to share with you. Now, the framework he created is called the Hedgehog concept. And essentially it's broken down into 3 different circles. Circle number 1 is your economic engine. How much money can this make you? Does it fit the lifestyle you want to live? Circle number 2 is passion. Is this something you love doing? Is there purpose behind it? And circle number 3 is talent. In his book, he talks about talent being world class. Now, world class is a really big goal. Very few of us are world class at many things, but I would venture to say you're probably world class at least one thing, whether you know it or not. But the reason all these circles are important is because if you can fit into all 3 of these, you are going to be living your best life. You're doing a career that makes you the money you want to make, you're passionate about it, and you are really good at it. But finding careers like this are pretty difficult. Most people are only doing one of these 3 circles in their career. And usually the circle that they're working on is money. Let's take, for example, a worker at McDonald's. Are they passionate about it? Probably not. Does it take a lot of talent to work there? Not really. But it makes them their money that they need for their lifestyle. Obviously, it's not a ton of money, but to their standard of living, it's enough. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be a low-paying job like McDonald's. This could be a normal job that you see today where you're making 50, 60 grand a year. A lot of people do it strictly for the money. They're not really passionate about it, and they may not even be that great at it. Somebody's just got to fill the role. So obviously, you don't want to be in just one of these circles. You want to be in at least 2 of them. So let's talk about what 2 looks like. Let's say that you're talented and it makes a lot of money, but you have 0 passion for it. A great example of this would be somebody who's in Wall Street. You see these corporate guys who make a lot of money, they're really good at it, but they absolutely hate their job. They are dead inside. If they could start their own business and quit, they would, but they have the golden handcuffs because they make so much money and they're good at what they do, but they just don't enjoy it. And there's lots of people who have the golden handcuffs. I hear it all the time. We get people who try to sign up for Wealthy Investor who say, Ryan, look, I got a really good job. It's so difficult to leave even though I don't like it, but I would love to work for myself and get into real estate investing if I could. And the thing I always say is it's really hard to convince someone to leave this situation because of these golden handcuffs. Now let's take another scenario, for example. Let's say that they're really talented and they've got a lot of passion, but they cannot make a lot of money doing it. A good example of this was me during my baseball career. For those of you who don't know, I got drafted by the Oakland A's in 2010. And what you don't realize is that in the minor leagues, you do not make very much money at all. I was making $7,000 a year playing minor league baseball. That's why I had to go and flip couches on the side and become a realtor and become a substitute teacher and do all these side hustles because I was only making $7,000 a year playing minor league baseball. It was crazy. I don't know how they got away with it because it's definitely way below minimum wage. I was making less than people on unemployment, but nonetheless, I was talented at it. Obviously, I was a pro player. That means I'm one of the best in the world to be able to do that, even though I wasn't making money. And I was super passionate about it. I absolutely love baseball. I would have played baseball my entire life for free if I could. And essentially, I did. I played 8 seasons in professional baseball, not making any money at all. The thing is, I can only do that for so long. I ended up getting married, have a wife. Like, it's kind of hard to have a marriage making $7,000 a month. So eventually, I had to get out of baseball and find a new career. But here's my point. If you are living in 2 out of these 3, basically you're in this zone right here some way, somehow. You either have passion and money, or talent and passion. You're gonna be happier than most people in the world because you're at least living in 2 out of 3 zones. But the real sweet spot is when you can figure out something that makes all 3 of these collide. And this is why I think I've had so much success after baseball, because now I only do things that have all 3. Take, for example, social media. I'm on YouTube right now making this video for you. Obviously, YouTube has made me a lot of money for all my businesses and everything else. I've got some talent at it. Not many people have over 100,000 subscribers. I think the statistic is less than 1% of people who make YouTube, so I'm definitely world class at it. And I've got a passion for it. I love making videos. If I didn't like making videos, I would have quit a long time ago. And I plan to make even more videos. That's why I invested in the studio. Like, I could do this the rest of my life because I love teaching people. And so, all 3 of these connect, and that's why I've been successful at YouTube. I've told some of my entrepreneur buddies and investor buddies, I said, hey guys, you need to get on YouTube. You gotta make content. And the thing is, they know it'll make them a lot of money, but they lack these 2. Maybe they're not good at it, and I tell them, hey, you can get good at it if you practice. This might be true, but they don't have the passion for it. They don't wanna do it, even though they might get good at it and it could make them money. They just hate making videos. They don't want to be that guy. But let's not even use social media as an example. Let's use the first successful thing I ever did with all 3 of these, which was real estate investing. When I got into house flipping, I realized, yeah, it could make me a lot of money. I was passionate about it. I was listening to all the podcasts, reading all the books, going to events. I was doing everything. And then eventually I developed a talent for it. I wasn't a good realtor early on in my life, but I became a really good real estate investor because over time my talent developed. And so I want to tell you is, if you are only in this zone where you got a lot of passion for something and it's something that can make you a lot of money, let's just say social media, the talent can come. Passion can lead to talent. Yeah, we all have our own natural abilities. Some of us are born smarter than others. Some of us have more athleticism. Some of us might be better natural speakers or charismatic. But at the end of the day, you can develop talent regardless of your limited skill set. I remember as a pro athlete, I was usually the shortest guy on my team, right? We had all these athletes that are over 6 foot, these huge dudes and everything else. And so was I naturally the most talented person on the team? No, definitely not. But I had a ton of passion and a ton of drive to push me forward and maximize the talent that I did have. And now today in business, I strictly play to my talents and the things I'm passionate about. If you look at what I've been starting most recently, mostly it's education companies, right? I have Wealthy Investor, which teaches real estate investing. I have Wealthy Creator, which teaches entrepreneurs how to create social media content. And those would be my 2 biggest ones. And the reason that they're successful is because number 1, I'm passionate about teaching these subjects. Number 2, they're things that I'm really good at and I'm also good at teaching them. And number 3, they make a lot of money. They are great businesses to be in. And so I'm always looking for new education companies to start or new products in those companies because they fit all 3 for me. Why would I not continue to add on to that? And so with that being said, I want you to analyze what your situation is like right now. I want you to draw all 3 of these for yourself. And I want you to look at your current job or career or business and say, realistically, where does this fit right now? Like, am I passionate about it? You know, do I have a lot of talent doing it? Can this make me a lot of money? It may not make you a lot of money today, right? But it needs to have the potential to make you the money you want to make for your lifestyle. Because if it doesn't, you're going to have to go fill this need elsewhere. What I see a lot of people do is maybe they have talent, they make a lot of money, but they're not passionate about their job. Well, they're gonna have to fulfill their passion somewhere else, and this is why people have hobbies. But why not make your hobby something that can pay you? You know, for me, golf was a hobby. I loved golfing, and all of a sudden, I was like, why don't I just make my hobby a career? And so I launched a product called Golf with Ryan, where people paid to come golf with me and get consulting. Well, that product alone has made over $300,000 in a year. And so I took something that was just a passion that wasn't making me any money, and I guess you could debate how talented I was at it, but nonetheless, I like to think that it now fits all 3. So think about where are you at today realistically, and start writing down your skills in each of these categories. I would look at these and I would say, hey, what am I passionate about right now? I could say golf, real estate, social media, business, and then just make this entire list, right? Then I would go over here to talent and I would say, man, what am I really good at? For you, you might say, I'm really good at sales, real estate, you catch the drift. Then you say, well, what could actually make me a lot of money for the things that I do? Well, I definitely know real estate can make me money. I definitely know my sales job can make me money. And you start to make this list and figure out, oh wow, I got 2 out of 3 right here. Oh wow, I got 3 out of 3 here. Let me just go after this thing that's 3 out of 3. I need to quit wasting my time with all these other side hustles and all these things that are a distraction and focus on the one thing that gives me fulfillment in all these different areas. And that is how you find a career that's gonna make you a bunch of money and be sustainable for the long run. Anyways, if you like this kind of content, make sure you follow and make sure you watch this next video right here about marketing, because it's gonna help you figure out how to market your business to the next level.